All right, everyone, welcome to Intuition to Intimacy. This is Abby Gooch, and of course, I'm always so excited to be here with you all, and I'm especially excited because Debra Larson, oh my gosh, she's just this amazing woman, but a deep, deep soul friend, and somebody who just brings so much light to the planet and just really radiates from the inside out. And actually, before we even got live, we were talking about how love is not just in relationships with our spouses, our partners, or our significant other. But really, it's global. It's how we show up in our business, with ourselves, in our business relationships, and our other personal relationships, just in general. So I'm just super excited for her to be on the show today. And just, Debra, I want to welcome you. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Abby. It's always so much fun. It's my pleasure and my honor to be here with you on your show and serving your clients, our guests that show up. And this is just special. This is a special topic. And so thank you. Yeah. I don't think it's talked about enough. So, or maybe it's not talked about in the right light. So yeah. I really appreciate you bringing this about and inviting me to be part of it. So I'm, thrilled. Thank you.
Absolutely. 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 So can you share a little bit about your intuitive journey, what started to get you connected with your intuition, and then also, like, obviously meeting your partner, but just you're so intuitive, just how you started tuning in and just allowed that to guide your life?
Yeah, you bet. Well, first of all, I want to share with everybody, I am a transformation and self-empowerment coach for women in business. And intuition and connecting to source, paying attention to my feelings, vibration, energy, just not mine, my clients, everybody I speak to, has stepping into that place has completely changed my life. And let me share a little bit about that. Thanks, Abby, because I believe that everybody can do this in some manner. There for a time, I really showed up, not just in my business, but in my life, forcing things to happen. And I say that in the most respectful, loving way to who I was back then and to all of you that still do this. But, I would set the goal and boom, out of my way, I'm going after that goal, and I would do whatever possible to create that. And now, instead of reacting to every little thing or experience or wondering why did this happen to me in life, or why did this person act like this, or why did they do this to me, I actually remove myself and take a step back. I don't leave. Some of us fly. We're gone. Whether it's just in mind or body, spirit, it doesn't matter. We're gone. You could be talking to me and boom, goodbye. This is talking about staying in your power, just kind of steadying yourself, but taking a step back from the situation or whatever is happening. And I started looking at it from a place of curiosity, from a place of love. And I started doing that with everything. And what happened was, instead of reacting, instead of force, I started attracting this beautiful abundance. I started attracting amazing connections and old connections that I hadn't touched base with for a long time, including you, Abby.
I was just thinking about
it. Which I love. Started showing back up in my life again, and I started working at a totally different level. I started living my life at a whole new level. And I gotta be honest, some of you are gonna go, wow, it's a little cuckoo. It's all good. I started going outside and looking at the trees differently. I looked at the birds differently. I looked at I heard the sound of the ocean, the Puget Sound, really. Everything, the leaves rustling in the background, and I started connecting with that. at a different level. And from there, I started doing meditation and quieted the mind. And something that, you know, the real goal setter in me, the real push through this wouldn't have done before. So now everything that I do, I listen, I would say intuition, I listen through my heart. And when I don't, trust me, I'm on the complete wrong path. Yeah. When I get stuck up here, and I do, I'm a thinker because I strategize, but I'm also connected with spirit. So I try to bring the two together to make them simple and use them in everyday life. But I do get stuck up there. And when I do, that's when things go a little wonky. That's when things aren't in the flow. And I know, you know, you have a lot of business clients as well, and healers in your practice. And I think you would agree that being in the flow does not mean not doing anything at all. There's a place to be, and then there's a place to take that inspired action. And I think that that's where I stepped into, and using my intuition, my connection to source and the higher vibration to everybody, really, is what drives me now. And it's from a much different place. So that was a long roundabout way to say it's so important. It's so important. And everybody has it, right? Everybody can do it.
Yeah, well, I love how you describe your connection to source, and you can use the universe. I use life force energy because I believe it's like this one universal love, like agape love. And I think to remember that we are love, right? And so as we recognize ourselves as that, like you said, we attract it for our partners, for, you know, our business relationships, whatever it is. And so to become that, and I think to strengthen our own connection to source, you know, the first step is connecting to the heart, right? Like listening with our heart, and then, yeah, dropping into our belly, into our center of beingness. And I think from that place, we can observe and we can actually see the truth instead of being wrapped up in like the mind's perception, you know, because I think it's easy to get there. I'm wondering if you have any like tools or techniques that bring you back to that center point of intuition.
Sure. And before I do that, I did something came up as you were talking. You know, my husband and I, we have been together for 28 years, married for 25. We had our 25th anniversary just last August. And, you know, I realized that this day and age, that's kind of unheard of, which is so heartbreaking to me. And one of the reasons I believe that happens is because as we are together, not just my husband and I, but any couple, you have growing pains, right? You have growing pains. You evolve, you change, especially when your vibration goes up and the other person's doesn't. We're like, oh, what's wrong with them? Totally. What's wrong with them? Why are they acting like that? Why are they being so stupid? Yeah. Oh my gosh, oh, well, there came the judgment. So what had to happen? And both my husband and I are very strong personalities. You know, we both have the earth in us and we both have the fire. And which is so beautiful, but also, you know, we can be like, boom, but then it's done and over. So we don't hold on to stuff. It's just boom, done. And what I came to find out and what I started doing was, I mean, you can't be together this long without going through some challenges, right? And we went through some doozies. I mean, I'm talking, we lost everything, all of our money, all of our houses, everything we owned. Like, and when I say everything, I mean, we were selling stuff. We were selling our cars so we could live for the month. And so, you know, it really brought up some really crazy stuff. And during that time really is when my intuition heightened. That was like, I don't know, 12 years ago. And what I started doing, and I found that this is like in my astrological charts, this is in my hands, that all the signs are there for all of you. This is stuff that you can really connect with versus going, oh, this is all woo-woo, but connect with the stuff that talks to you, that speaks with you, that you can use. And what I found was taking ownership of, I'm not talking about everything that has occurred is right, is good or bad, but I'm saying take personal ownership of the role that you played in it, and actually connect with that part. Just say, well, okay, let's get curious about this. And I know some of you are going, okay, well, wait a minute, I had some abusive relationships, this came up, I had nothing to do with it. But somehow, some way you brought that vibration into your life, right? Mm-hmm. Somehow, some way that vibration or whatever has occurred is there for you to either learn from, grow from, evolve, taking that growth to the next level. And somehow your soul is asking for that. So either one, you don't do it again, right? Wake up. Or two, there's something within you that you weren't loving on enough within yourself. And so there's two things that I did. Well, there's a bunch, but two things that I do that are so easy for all of you to do is I actually will connect, and it's very easy. I close my eyes and I'll connect to the light above. And I actually can feel it. All of you can, if you just close your eyes and just sit there for a moment. You can look up if that feels good. And just go up, up, up until you feel the light, and let it shine all over your body, just like it's like a golden egg almost. I don't know how else to express it. A shower, an egg, but it goes throughout your whole entire body and down to your feet, and then connect with Mother Earth. Let her come up like a warm blanket and just really connect and set in your heart and expand that. Like Abby said, whether or not you like it, we are all one. We're all connected to the same energy. So let that energy expand from your heart and connect to the universe. And at that point, do the same with your partner. Do the same with maybe clients that aren't showing up quite the way that they should be, to give them a little additional strength. Do that with anything. Do the same with their energy. Still separate, right? Still separate, but somehow you guys are connected. Do that, and then just send them this immense amount of love. Just tremendous amounts of love, and see them perfect and whole, and they're human beings as well. And we all have, excuse my language, we all have our own shit. So, it just really comes down to,
yeah, totally,
mirroring it back to us. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes that isn't always the case. Sometimes it's just coming into your life for a different reason. Mm-hmm. But I guarantee once you do that, and you kind of, at the end, and I have a whole process, but at the end, just kind of push that energy away. Cut the cords if that feels good to you, if that resonates with you. But like Abby and I talked about this a week or two ago, when you're in relationships, whether they're friendships or your spouses are hard because they're so close, and boyfriends, girlfriends, your partners are there all the time, and you are so connected, and you're going through the good and the bad, and they see you when you wake up in the morning, and they've seen everything that, you're just a wide open book, right? And the key and the magic is when you both can support each other. If you can think about this being, and this is so cliche because you've all heard it before, but when you can both support each other and being like two rivers coming into the ocean together. And as you come together, those are those magical moments. But if you can hold your own and then bring your own together, and we're far from perfect, right? We're far from perfect. And when things are right or wrong, and you know, sometimes we need to call him on it or her on it, whatever it might be. But really, when you can connect at the heart level, that's when things start to change. And then one other thing that I do is when I get into what I call the monkey mind, this is when I'm very self-absorbed. I'm thinking of, you know, why did this happen to me? How come I don't have this in my life? And, you know, why is he talking to me? Whatever it might be. It could be for anything. I just take my thoughts and I drop them into my heart. And from that place, I guarantee to you that your energy will shift. Your energy will just shift. And another thing too is taking a stand back and looking at the situation through curiosity versus being in the middle of it. Those are just a few things. There's so many different things that you can do, but those are ones that you can do like that. And it's amazing. It's amazing just sending that immense amount of love. And sometimes it's hard, right? You're like, I'm so angry. How come I'm not going to send that person love?
Yeah.
And, you know, I had to do that with a business partner. And you know, again, I had to connect with my role and if it was aligned, if it wasn't aligned, and, you know, this is my business. Why am I being told what to do? And I'm like, oh my gosh, after sending an incredible amount of love, I like kind of woke up and went, oh my gosh, they're doing the best that they can too. And you just got to decide at that point, okay, now from there, make your choice. Are you making a choice from fear or making a choice from love? And those are the only two ways that you make choices anyhow. You got a path, you know, it's either fear-based or love-based. And everything else either falls under one of those categories. So, you know, I mean, honestly, right, if you think about it, what do you think about that, Abby? Like,
I think it's totally true. Yeah, I've been saying the same thing for a long time, and also about dropping into your heart. So from your head to your heart.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do, right? We think we have to make these things so difficult and challenging, and we don't. It's just that simple process of just setting it into your heart. You can bring it into the forefront of your head too, into your third eye if you want to, if you're really connected in that way and that feels really good to you. But just drop it into your heart and you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't. So
that's awesome. Oh, yeah. I love it. So do you have any tips for people who are looking to find their ideal partner? I mean, my experience is I always have followed. All right, so welcome back, everyone. Sorry so much for the disconnection. Energy is crazy powerful. I actually had a thought about something in my own life that froze the entire show. And so it goes to show me that we are all powerful beings of energy. And when we learn to bring our energy into alignment with this highest vibration of love that Deb's talking about, it's infinite, right? The infinite possibilities of us to come together, sometimes to disconnect and then reconnect. Like, didn't know if you noticed, but I'm in a coffee shop now. We're reconnecting in a different way, but we're still connected. So I want you all to think about times in your life where maybe you got really challenged and there was something in your personal life, your partnership, your business, your health, anything where it was like, wow, is this ever going to get better? I feel disconnected, and will I ever get reconnected? And what was that path to greater intimacy with yourself and with others? And so I'm going to turn it back to Deb, because Deb has actually not only been an amazing friend, but a teacher for me. And so she has so much wisdom in this area. She's lived it in her own life. Like I said, she's helped me in mine, and I absolutely know that she's here to help you. So Deb, with that, if you can just share more of your amazing heart with us.
Thank you. I actually have tears in my eyes because, you know, you can probably feel the energy from Abby and I. We're very, very connected. And the interesting part, we haven't talked to each other for a while now, and our energy is so off the roof that this isn't the first time our computer connection has gone down between each other. So I wanted to share something just to take that thought a little bit further about vibration. Something I wrote down while I was waiting for the computer to come back up. And it's really interesting. So if you don't mind, I'm going to read it because I had to write it down. And I know it was not just this connection with Abby, but it's a connection between me and her and all of you that are taking this moment just to listen to this. And I think this is the reason why we do this stuff. We can't be much more transparent than this, but we do this because if any one teeny little takeaway improves your relationship with yourself, with your spouse, with your clients, with your best friend, with somebody that you haven't even connected with, just that brush of connecting and smiling, you know, the kindness, saying hello, and that changes your life from what we've brought here today. That's why we do this. So that's why we blow up computers together.
You know, I'm like, sorry about the background noise, everybody, but it's like whatever it takes, right, to get the message, like, absolutely.
Absolutely. And this isn't perfect, right? We show up. We show up, and technology isn't perfect. Nothing's perfect. You just show up, and gosh, you know, isn't that what life is all about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I for me at least, just keep showing up. And I have a few mentors, but this one is really kind of cool and off the cuff, and I love him dearly. And he said, be in the now. No, be in the now. I'm like, I'm like, okay, so basically, you know what? Screw what's happened in the past. Just step into right now. What are you feeling right now in your heart? So that isn't what I wrote down, but, you know, I do want to.
Well, that was for me. I told you, you're my teacher. It is always about being in the now, and that's where we all are right now. I mean, it's only truth, right? And I think that sometimes our mind, I know for me, can spin out. And like we said earlier, dropping into the heart and going into the gut, like it brings us present to the now.
So, I love it. So I wrote this down. You are the only one that can change your reality. And how you do that is by start listening to yourself, right? Do not beat yourself up. Please don't go there. That is not going to bring your vibration up to the place where you start attracting abundance and start attracting these loving, beautiful relationships into your life. But really start listening to yourself from this loving place, right? From this loving place. Start listening and observing to what you were being, what you were doing, what you were attracting into your life. And with that, if you don't like what you're seeing, don't go out to change the other person, folks. Don't do that. Start shifting in here. Start shifting what you feel about yourself. Start shifting how you talk to yourself, how you're loving yourself. Maybe you're not being kind to yourself. And some of the ways that you can do that is just by showing kindness to others. Smile when you walk past. Maybe they're having a really bad day. I just talked to somebody the other day, and they said, you know, they had lost their husband, and just heartbreaking. They had lost their husband, and, you know, if you were to look at her face, she said, I looked like I had the worst day ever, but nobody could tell that I had been crying. I just looked angry. And somebody walked past me, and they smiled, and this is what she's telling me. They smiled and patted her shoulder and said, from this moment on, your day is going to get better. And she said it was enough to get her through that day. And that's all she needed. So what I wrote down was, here's like I should tell this at the end, but here's an action step for you, okay? A gentle, beautiful, loving action step. Only live and be the vibration that you wish to be that you wish to be in the future, that you wish to be now, that you wish to put out into the world. And really what that means is if you're seeing something that you don't like, you have the power and the connection to love yourself enough to shift that. And I guarantee you shift it in here, the people around you naturally will shift as well. You don't have to do anything or say anything to them. Everything will shift. And that's what I wrote down as our computers had come, and it had come down, it had come across so clear that this needed to be shared, because all that's happening is, you know, when you feel a little wonky, it's just mixed messages, it's misunderstandings, it's looking at something and maybe the light of maybe getting stuck in here, right? Maybe getting too wrapped up in here. And I used to have a friend that would call it, what did she say? She taught a lot about A Course in Miracles. Oh, she used to call it stinking thinking. It's just getting stuck in here, and that's all it is. And so once you do that, drop it into here, or think the opposite. You know, think the opposite. If it's not a good thought, think the opposite. Put people in that love bubble. As corny as that sounds, put people, put things, put your house. I mean, whatever needs to be put in that bubble, and I call it a love bubble because it works for me. But to bring it into reality, put them in that love bubble, send them love, and then just see what happens. Show up for you. And, you know, I myself, in Abby, I don't even know if you know that Abby knows part of this story, but within the past 6 months, I have gone from living my quiet little life with my husband in our new home in this beautiful place in Kingston on the water, and from that to caretaking. We had my mother and my little brother in our house, and not now, but we did there for a while. My mom had cardiac surgery, and my special needs brother was in and out of the hospital probably 4 times when he was living here with us. And our dog, our 12-year-old dog, poor Abby, you have to keep stopping the video because I'm like, wait, he's going to get sick, is our baby. He's all of our children wrapped up into that little cute fur ball. And the reason why I share this story with you is because I realized recently that all of my love was going out to everybody else to make sure everybody was taken care of, even if they didn't want it, even if they did not want it, because I knew best what was for them, right? I knew best. Sorry, folks. You can give, and you can give love, and you can give your time and take care of people, but you gotta have that space in between them and yourself. And you have to allow, well, you don't have to do anything, but I really highly recommend allowing that energy to flow through you both, and letting them share what's on their mind, share what's best for them as well. And once you fill yourself back up, which I just have started getting back into that mode, even though I'm at like, I go in 3-hour intervals with our dog right now, making all through the night. And that, I don't share that so you go, oh, poor Deb, or poor dog, really is what you're saying, poor Kona, which we do, our hearts break, but he has that energy the next day, so we keep on going. And during those times, I was sitting into myself, I was taking time to meditate, just to get really quiet. No, nothing else, just quietness. Even if I just watched my breath go in a circle 8. And just doing that, taking some baths, putting on some different clothes. So, you know, I work out of the house. Sometimes you can get in that mode of you got your sweatpants on and you forget to put on the makeup. And I didn't do it for anybody else. I did it for me. So if you're a woman, put on the lipstick for you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just make yourself feel better. So the whole point of that, is to take care of you, love on you, and I guarantee the abundance around you will start to flourish, will start to become that vibration, that feeling, that energy that only you can put out there. So, it really is an illusion. And as wacky as that may sound, everything's an illusion. It really comes down to your soul and what you want. And, you're putting out those icky low vibrations, whether it's jealousy or control or help me out, Abby, lower vibrations. I can't even go there.
Anything that's fear-based. Yeah.
Yeah, fear versus love, right?
Judgment.
The first of the call, fear or love. Anytime you get into that mode and stuck in your head, nothing good is going to come from that. Nothing, and including not being able to make decisions, right, Abby? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know why that came up just now, but actually making a clear, aligned decision, even if you don't know why you're making that decision, making it coming from the heart. And I've had to make some of those lately as well, not for love relationship, but for some relationships. It's like, once I sat in my heart, I was like, I don't know why I'm making this choice, because this looks amazing. What I'm hearing looks amazing, but right here doesn't feel aligned. And either you figure out that point that's out of alignment and fix it, right? Through you. Don't fix other person or the other thing or whatever. Fix you, and don't beat yourself up. And then from that shift, everything will start to flow. You'll be back on track. Or you take off in a different journey, a different path, and you're always on your purposeful path. People are always saying, this is my big question. People ask me, Abby, this all the time. Are you on your purpose? What is my purpose is what I get asked. What is your purpose? What is my purpose? And you're always on the path. It just may mean that you took a couple exits here and there. Every experience, every connection, every material thing even that has shown up in your life has bigger meaning to take you that next step on your path. And it could be just the one person that smiled at you that shifted your life. And now okay, that person walking towards me that looks really angry, maybe they need to smile too because they had a really crappy day. And so that all comes from love. And I don't know how I got on that tangent.
So you always are so great at channeling, Deb, and I wanted to recap some of what you're saying. And what I think is so beautiful is you're our last speaker in this series, and it's like the grand finale of everything that you and I both represent, and the whole concept of intuition, which is being so connected to source, to the universe, to love within us, that we become that which we seek. So that we are becoming that vibration of, for me, loyalty, trust, connection, right? In my partnership, not looking to him to change me. And so that's for each and every one of us. And you're absolutely right. It's in business as well. It's for health. Like, I've healed myself from having numbness in my leg after I got back from our nonprofit. It's just like, it's infinite, like I said. So if I was to just highlight one thing of like the gift that you're bringing and what this show is really about, is that we are the love, we are the vibration, we are the infinite universe as its expression. And I love what you said about, you can take an exit or a detour, I know that I've taken an exit, but the path is still there. And I think that's so beautiful. It's just funny, Deb, because last night I was thinking, when I went to sleep, I was like, you know what? And this is my belief. I am not advocating this at all. I invite everybody to tap into your own intuition for truth. But I, in my core, believe we do have a divine design path. Like there are certain things, certain people, and we have free will, but we're supposed to meet because it's like, I know my path is my path. And I've tried like, honestly, probably 5 times in the last year to get off it. And like, I keep coming right back to it. It's like, oh, you want to go to California? Nope, you're going to go to Oregon. You're going to go to Oregon, like each time, right? Until we like walk through whatever that is for whatever reason. Like you said, is, you know, intuition, you don't always know why. Your heart does, your gut knows. Because it is beyond intellectual understanding, but to trust that path of intimacy with the universe, because your gut is your guide and you have to pass through your heart to get there. And that's why when you're saying it's a choice of love or fear, if you're moving through your heart and you're actually staying there and moving down into your gut, it will absolutely be a choice from love. The only way you won't is if you pop out of your heart and go to your head, which I've done before. No judgment, but that's fear because it's actually afraid. Like Deb and I were talking about that. Like it's fear. It pops you out. It's like, for me, like we've talked about, I run. Like some people, and I've left my body, right? Like we all have our ways. Some people freeze. Some people like, I don't know, you can do whatever your pattern is, right? But you'll notice it's because you're afraid to drop into love. But if you go deeper, even still into your core, through the heart, into your gut, love will guide you. Love, the light, has paved the way before you. It's your path. It's your soul path. That's why I say your intuition is the guidance of your soul. You listen, you're good. Doesn't mean there will be challenges, but the path is there. Your intuition is there. And the gift will never leave you. It's like yesterday I was guided at the perfect time. Donovan and I ended up at this coffee shop. This woman, she's probably like, I don't know, 24, Deb. She walks up to me and she's like, just looks me deep in the eyes and she's like, what do you do? And I said, I'm an intuitive. And she's like, I just asked for my angel to come in. Will you talk to me? Like, I have this gift and I don't know how to create a business. Can you talk to me? And we just sat there and I helped her reconnect to the gift that's there, right? And I know this is what you do for a living too, and we'll dive into that. But I'm saying like, it's like we're all meeting each other intuitively for reasons. And it's like, as she felt her gift, like I so know everybody listening right now has a gift. And like my mission, and I know Deb's mission, is to help bring that out and to support you to live it in this wealth. Like Deb's giving you great tools about like love bubbles. And, you know, we'll talk more about like, you know, she'll dive you deeply into your own experience, but just basic things, right? To keep us connected. And so I guess I just feel so compelled to share like that intuition will never die. Your gift will always be there. So if you experience like depression or anxiety, it's usually just like, it's like your intuition trying to get through, but something that's happened. That anxiety is usually an experience that you're scared of or that's happened in the past, or depression is actually constricting it. So what if you were to give yourself permission to follow your intuition? What would happen? So Deb, I know that's a lot. I didn't mean to take away from you, but it just, I feel so.
No, it's absolutely perfect. And I think something that you just said is, what if you give yourself permission, period, to love yourself a little bit more?
Yeah.
Be a little bit kinder to yourself. And guess what? You're going to end up being kinder and more gentler and more loving to everybody around you. And they're going to show up that way too. And if they don't, it'll pass. It'll just be like a little blip on your radar. It won't be a big deal. It'll just be small, be like, oh, they're having a moment. Let them have a moment. It's all good. And, you know, and you won't react. And, just give yourself permission just to love a little bit deeper and do it. Start with you. And I know a lot of times we want to go out there and serve and take care of everybody else, especially the healers in us. The women entrepreneurs, we all want to take care and make sure everybody's okay, and just love on yourself a little bit more, because I guarantee when we allow that space for the other person to come up and meet us, that's where the magic happens, you know, because that's sometimes too where we can get stuck. We're like, but they're not doing this, how could, you know, they must not be the right partner, or they must not be the right client. Well, give them the space to take the steps, you know. They're at base camp. You're already up at the mountain. Go back down and meet them and grab their hand and lead them the way. You know, isn't that what life is all about?
Well, I don't know. I just think it's so real. Like, this is why I love you. We're so connected. But like, we just came back from California for like the 5th time, right? And we're driving, and I'm in my Beamer, right? Like 80 miles an hour. And I guess he said it was like 90. And so he just looked like going like 60. And I'm like, don't even hurry up. Like, what is your deal? Like, why are you so slow? Anyways, he's like, I just don't want to get a ticket, whatever. So sure enough, I slow down because he's like, you go do whatever you want, Abby. And I'm like, all right, let me slow down. Like, I'll meet with you. I slowed down and we passed a cop. And I was like, had I not listened to you and slowed down, we would both have tickets. So what if there's a perfect alignment of wherever you and your partner are, wherever we are all in this moment of like, sometimes it's time to slow. My partner just walked in. This is the grand finality. Just put me on a demo. Everybody, by the way. I was just talking about our trip, watching the show. Anyways, I was just talking about our trip. Anyways, yeah.
We
so
need the rocks in our lives, right?
It's like we came into alignment and it saved us from getting tickets, right? So it's like to actually listen and to be like, all right, you have something, like you said, to give them the space and the time and like, hey, what are you bringing? And I'd actually just written something down about wisdom, you know, and it's like, oh, thanks for having the wisdom to slow down. So, you know, my whole point is exactly what you're saying, Deb. It's alignment. And it's also giving the space, like, this is a hard thing for me to do, like to actually give my partner space to be him. I'm like, I need you every second of every day. And it's like, he's like, I gotta do my thing. And I'm like, you're just connected. So it's kind of like we all have our thing, like what you said, like if we can work on ourselves, then they work on themselves. And the fears can go, like, as we were talking, even Deb, my head was like, oh, I wonder where Jonathan is, and like all these fears. And then it's like he walks in because I'm in my heart. So it is like instant.
Absolutely. And our computers haven't locked up either.
I know, right? I know.
So you know what? I want to share one little thing on that with and it's good to have it's good to hear some stories about our partners because it's fun to hear that so you can go, oh, okay, we're normal too. And you know, with Eric, a lot of times because I make decisions fast. I'm fast. I'm like, well, either you know or you don't. Let's go. and he needs to sit with it and hang with it. And he is totally my steady rock. Oh my God, he is my rock. Thank God for him because I would, you know, I'd be all over the place. I'd be around the world like 5 times. Right. And you know, I have to honor that. So as much as my body and my brain's going, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What I have to do is take a deep breath. I actually ground myself by through my feet. I'll actually have to envision roots going through my feet into the earth. I know, crazy. But so I just stand there and breathe into it and go, okay, give him the time, give him the space. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, I'm like, okay, and I just have to walk away and let him breathe into that, come back to it, and then I'll give him some time and I'll come back and, hey, did you make that decision? Oh, I thought we already made that decision. I'm like, what? Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, let's do it. And so I'm just saying, let's honor, we're all, what's that saying, Abby? We're all human beings having a doing experience. Did I flip that around?
Human beings having a spiritual experience.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all separate. We're all connected at the same time.
Or spiritual beings having a human experience. I think that might be it from Wayne Dyer.
But we're all very, very unique. Where I'm trying to go with that is that we're all connected, but we all are unique in our makeup. And there's something very special that brings us together to feel that bond. And once you feel that bond of true love, there's nothing that can break that. But love does get messy. You guys, love can get messy. And guess what? When you work through that, when you can keep working through that, that's when the magic happens. That's when you have this deeper connection that nothing can break you. And to me, this is the disservice that is happening in society today, that when we feel that love and something little happens, we get set in our own ways and we just, boom, we're done. boom, divorce, whatever, or, you know, I'm done with this, you know, even with business, I'm done with this, I'm going this way now. I call it the shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
And instead of working through that and connecting with, you know, what was my role in this? How do I own this? And how do I transform this into something really special? Like, what's on the other side? And that's when you come into this place of connection, the place of now, and get out of this victim role and step into your own power. And this is probably a good place to talk about the Simply Empowered group, don't you think, Abby?
Yeah, I want to, can I say one thing? I want to say one thing first because I'm feeling some even more powerful energy. So just kind of piggybacking on what you said about, you know, love is a bond that you can't break. So look at you and I, like, it's been years and it's like we've known each other for 100 years. You know, my partner and I, you know, having this bond, literally, you should see our house right now. Everything's everywhere. Like, literally, my clothes are everywhere. Boxes are everywhere. We had late Christmas. I mean, I've never seen the house in such a mess. And it's like, all right. And like, we just said something, I think the other day was like, you know, like, it's okay to make a mistake. Like, sometimes it is what it is, but it doesn't change love. So for me, I don't know if anybody else is like me, but I'm a super perfectionist, right? So I had rules of I need to be perfect to have love. I need to do X, Y, and Z to have what I really want. And I don't think it's even realistic. It's not for me. Maybe it is for some, but it's not for me. What's that?
You can be kind to yourself first, because that's going to open up the door for making it a safe place for everybody else to be around you too. That was something else that just popped up, is a lot of people go around with this armor, and it's like this armor in front of them, and and it's like you can't see it, but those of us that feel energy, boy, oh boy, can we feel it. And that is like hitting a brick wall. And if you see people that actually will not look you in the eye, or they actually are coming down the sidewalk and they'll move around you, you got that energy going. So start to love on yourself, open up that energy. You know, we don't have to pretend to be anybody else, you know, just be you, be the goofy you, be the happy you, be the sad you, be the mad you when you have to be, but let it out, get it done, get it over with, and don't blame on anybody else. So.
Well, I mean, it really goes back to your point of empowerment, right? Like becoming the vibration that you want to be. So absolutely, like I just want to segue into your work and giving people the opportunity to collaborate with you, because that is what you are. You're a teacher. You bring people together. You work on one-on-one with them. You have this amazing connection to source. And to me, it's like I said, we are all connected, but to have that mirror back of truth, and this is how you can actually grow your business and deepen your own relationships, is really the deepest gift you can give yourself, is that intimacy that you're talking about. So Deb, absolutely share that. It's like, I want to be part of it. I'm like, how can I collaborate with you and just keep doing it? Because it's just such a beautiful gift. I just see this huge circle of light. So absolutely. Please share.
Yeah, you bet. Well, a couple of things that I want to share with all of you. We and I had to think twice whether or not I was going to expand or open this up anymore, because I have this beautiful group. It's called Simply Empowered, and I believe there's 40 really soulful, connected, just beautiful people in there. Most of them are entrepreneurs or on a mission or are wanting to serve at a deeper level. But I have some moms in that group that they are triggered. They're like, there's something more that I'm supposed to be doing, Deb. I want to be part of this. And I'm like, great, please come on. So if this is connecting to you, if you are wanting to, if you feel like you're missing something, or even if you don't feel like you're missing something, but you're on a deeper mission to serve with your gifts, to open up, to find out what those are, to make a living from that, or just to serve in your community at a different level. That's what this group is all about, is really showing up at your best life. And so I did decide to open it up. We literally just opened the doors a week and a half ago, and I brought in some core people that I just truly love. And then I just sat with it. So anytime that you're making a decision, here's another tip. Sit with the energy for a bit. But Eric had a point, right? He has a point.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I know. Donovan's the same. It's like, just sit with it.
Going like this. Sit with that energy for a bit. And actually, one of my mentors told me to do that. Sit with this energy for a bit, because that is going to take you to this place of where you know completely where to guide this group of people. Because total transparency, I went into it saying, hey, look, I don't want another group. I don't want another thing for these people to do, to add to their to-do list. I want to empower them to take those steps to be, do, and have the business and the life, this true abundance, joy, and peace that they deserve in their life. And part of that may be taking away stuff. Like, I want to garden more. I want to go on my walks more. I don't want to be so connected to the computer all the time. And so I'm like, oh, here I'm starting this group on social media, but I'm doing the opposite. And that what I came down to was I would be doing everybody a disservice, including myself, if I didn't step into this completely and fully for all of us to assist each other on this path. So it's opening up on the 28th, but you go on right now, introduce yourself. I'm going to give you a link, and what will happen from there is we'll have some guidance that will say, okay, so what are your intentions? It might be your bigger intentions. It might just be to get you through that day. What support do you need, and what are some words of wisdom? And then we'll have some really empowering conversations, coffee chats, wine chats, beer chat, whatever you want to, whatever type of chat you want to make it, we will make it empowering. I'll have people like Abby come on where we just chat and have real conversations about what's going on, instead of this this whole facade of, you know, oh, you can do this, this, and this and be absolutely rich, when the real stuff that's happening is happening in your relationships. It's happening in how you are showing up in your life and how you attract all that stuff, your money, how you look at money and wealth, true wealth. That all affects your business, which all affects your life. It's all interconnected. Your spirituality, how you're connecting there. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking how your connection is, what your connection is to everybody else. So with that being said, sorry, I get so excited.
You're totally fine. It just cracks me up, because it's like, I know, and we're just such great friends. I'm like, hey, Deb, do you want to be on the show? You're like, Abby, I'm a money coach, right? And I'm like, yeah, Deb, but you have 25 years of relationship, and you totally get the intimacy between you and the universe, right? And so, of course, I'm excited to be a part of it. And the thing is, this is going to be posted also on YouTube. So can you just let everybody know your email address. If for some reason they can't get the spelling of the link, I will absolutely post it to our community. But if for some reason somebody's listening to this on YouTube, or you need to get in touch with Deb directly, Deb, can you share your email? And if you have the link memorized, please do share it. But I just want people to get access to stay connected.
Absolutely. So let me give you the link first. And this is going to be, do not miss this, because it's in, I had to write. I write as much as I talk.
Get ready.
There's going to be a link to the Simply Empowered group. It's a private group. What goes in that group stays in that group. That's a safe place for even my leaders, which is most of them, to be able to share what they're working on without anybody else coming up and, judgment or anything like that. Very safe. And then I also put together this really, really cool meditation that actually will go through all your chakras, but it will open up your crown chakra. It will have you really stepping into this place of gratitude, because, love can be a supercharged up word. There can be so much emotion with that. So I say, start with gratitude of everything, and that just instantly falls into love, and kindness. And guess what happens? All of this abundance will start to show up in your life. So there's a gratitude journal prompt, there's affirmations, and there's a really cool, it's 12-minute meditation. So do that, get connected to the group, and then we'll get started here in about a week. Just get in there and introduce yourself. And the link is this. It's Debra, D-E-B-R-A, Larson, L-A-R-S-O-N, .com/free-gift. So DebraLarson.com/free-gift, and it's Debra the easy way and Larson with the O. And if you have any challenges with that, you should. It's a very easy link. If you have any challenges, reach out to us at connect@DebraLarson.com. And find us that way, and we'll get back to you. But so much love and gratitude to you, Abby, and for reaching out to me. And I have switched. I used to be solely a money coach, and that tells you how many years it's been since Abby and I have connected. 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We talked a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
It was like this just little love connection and reunion between the two of us.
Love.
All of us today.
Yeah.
But I have stepped fully into, it includes money, of course, but it includes mainly stepping into your purposeful path and divine leader of transformation and self-empowerment. And the core of all of that is we're all here for a reason. I truly believe that. And I believe that you have your own gifts. And I believe you can monetize those. But that isn't my only sole purpose. My sole purpose is for you to unfold your gifts so you can step into your truth and pick off that mask and be the person that you're meant to be here on earth and actually have joy and love and fun, right?
Absolutely.
Don't get stuck up here. Forget that. Let's just have some fun. Quit trying to figure everything out. Drop down into your heart. Come join us. I think Abby's in the group. I hope she is.
Well, I definitely am. I'm definitely going to be a part of it. And I wanted to make sure when they do this gift, do they get access into the Facebook group, Deb? Because you gave us a link for the gift. So I want to make sure that pops everybody over to the Facebook group.
Yeah, it should have the link right there.
Okay.
If not, I will double check that.
Okay.
Let me see.
It's probably good. And then the email is connect@DebraLarson, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
And if there's any challenges with that, I'll double check and make sure that that link is on there.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? As soon as you opt in, the link will pop up.
Okay.
And the link to the free gift will pop up, but the free gift is also in the group too.
Okay, so
way to connect. Yeah.
So basically you sign up for a free gift and you get a bigger gift. So make sure to click yes, and then your confirmation is to get a bigger gift. And you'll be well.
I like to give more. Yeah, I like to give more, you know, and that's the thing. Again, I don't want it to be overwhelming. I don't want it to be too much. I just want you to feel this peace, love, and joy within yourself so you can start rocking it. Start rocking while you're here and start having fun. And whether that's gardening, crafting, living your purpose-filled life in your business, which is my main expertise, and all done with love. All done with love, right?
So much love, such a ripple. I'm so excited to be a part of it. Thank you. Like, I'm feeling such a huge call, and we're going to put it out to the entire community, not just the show, but to my community. So we'll make sure we get that out there because it's really collaborating, right? That's what I love about doing the show. And then beyond, you know, being a part of Deb's group is it's us all being together, right? Like there's a vibration that exudes. It's like, I don't know, you can judge me or not for quoting this, but like Jesus said, you know, like two or more gathered, there's a ripple, right? So it genuinely is like more lights coming together makes even a bigger light. And so then our world gets lit up. And so, you know, I'm actually One Heart Global is our nonprofit. And I'm just going to briefly mention that because it's really about not only empowering ourselves, but as we do, we ripple out to the children of our world who are our next teachers, right? They're the new vibration coming in. So, Deb, if it's okay with you to share that link as well.
Absolutely.
For One Heart. So if you want to go to oneheartglobal.co, this is a nonprofit. This is where we're giving back. This is where your mission is then affecting everybody else. And so Deb and I, you know, obviously connected for a reason, and there's no accident that it happens to be the last one on the show. So for this series, so we can all become that change. And that is the whole mission of One Heart, is to become that, to be the light where there's dark. And so I want to thank everybody for listening to their intuition, for showing up, being present and willing. I invite everybody to get Deb's free gift. I mean, this woman, like I said, I have so much respect because she's lived it. And, you know, when you're channeling source, it's one thing. It's awesome. When you've lived it and walked it and you're helping thousands, it's another. So I'm just so glad that we're all here, and we'll make sure to provide that link. And Deb, I always like to ask every speaker if there's one sentence or affirmation, like a mantra, that you would like to leave everybody with to stay connected to their intuition, to greater intimacy. That would be great.
Yeah. Be love.
Be love. Oh my God, I love it. That's it.
Yeah, just keep it simple, you guys. Keep it simple. And all the stuff that's happening in this world, if you drop into that, not such a bad place.
Oh my God. All right. Love you all.
I love you. I love all of you. Thanks for listening. I hope you get one golden nugget out of this and can take it and share it with us too, and let us know. Let us know if this call affected your life in any way, shape, or form. I know it has me, just by showing up here and being in this vibration state.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. All right, everyone. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.